What?
It's
what
a good
the
question.
Hell is this?
Back me up here. Those people on panel, I don't know what they're up to, but yeah, mid Sven, that's a way to get out of the major with a style. Most definitely. I mean,
this might not age well though. If they win this game, if they somehow win this, I've never seen this before. I mean, we've seen some crazy ass picks from now.
We've seen 5 Sven the other day, didn't look as good. He doesn't put any pressure on Dead Prophet at all. Like, Dead Prophet's gonna get the farm, and like, you're not gonna be secondary carry anyway. Like, I don't even know what you build. Like, T-Governor mentioned on the panel, like some weird stuff, I would say, where you get like Vlad's shard. Maybe the shard is good here. I don't mind the shard. Everything is physical, and the shard does give a decent amount of armor. It's 7 passive armor to everybody else, and against Dead Prophet's good, against the TA's good, Legion, like even Wyvern when she ults.
Yep, that is true. I have no idea what to think, though. Husky taking some damage early on. I was going to come into this match saying that based on how things have actually gone, this is the best chance, like before the Linus were picked, that is, this is the best chance for Nouns to, I feel like they have a somewhat advantage versus Quincy Crew because they got to watch them, number one, and number two, obviously Quincy Crew have a lot more pressure on them because they went literally undefeated throughout all games until the last day versus EG. Yeah, they lose out, and now it's the best of one.
Yeah, so shenanigans. We already mentioned that you know, it wouldn't be too good to play Sven in the mid lane against Dead Prophet, so they are adjusting. They're gonna put Gunner on the bottom lane, and they will have Moose, Timbersaw with Doom on the top lane.
Okay, so just switching the player roles now, pretty much. Okay.
All 3 cores from Nouns not playing their role, pretty much.
Yeah, and to bring this out as a, I mean, this is the thing, though. Quincy Crew have had Nouns' number for a long time, so I feel like Nouns have this idea that they need to cheese a victory, which it is just a best of one. Like, if this is a best of 3, regardless of what I just said,
they would probably pick the same thing. No, I think Nouns would probably pick the same way.
No, I'm not saying they wouldn't pick any different. I'm saying that because it's a best of one, it gives them the best chance to win.
Yes, I agree. I would definitely favor Quincy Crew's like play style, and even like more experience as well in a BO3.
Yeah. That's Gunner gonna force the Wyvern out for the time being. And we can see MSS playing the position for Tiny. Moo on his patented Timbersaw. I have a lot of good memories about this specific hero on him.
Look at the lanes where they are. Both safe lanes are behind tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Yeah. And Leslau dragging 2 creep waves, pretty much. So no one wants to play the lane. Something might be addressed in the next patch about this.
Is this Dota? Am I watching Dota right now? The mid lane is the most traditional, I guess, as they are staying in the lane, which you would expect. Gunner pulling onto the other side here, as a lot of heroes still level 1 right now. And even Lesla, who's still pulling the creeps in the top lane, has overwhelming odds.
This could be you, Suns fan. And like,
I could do this.
During your prime, yeah, like 14 years ago,
yeah,
this could have been you.
Thank you.
Why you never made it to pro scene?
I was too busy playing Counter-Strike.
Oh,
made it
that's
to that
why.
pro scene, not Dota. Yeah, Dota never interested me on a pro level for some reason.
Yeah, I remember you winning ESL 1 tournament, the CSGO one.
I do have a trophy in the background of my stream, actually. It is the ESL 1 Genting trophy. Didn't play in it, though, unfortunately.
Doesn't matter. You were the owner.
That's true. That is true. That's all that matters in the end.
So players didn't get to keep the trophy, but you did.
No. Why would they get it? You think they did anything?
Without your support, there would probably be nobody.
I didn't get to keep TI prize pool, so at least, very least I get the trophy at Genting, for God's sake. As we're going to see a pause here. This is probably when we should have talked about that instead.
Yeah, we should. Now we can talk about the game. So, not playing lanes at all. The only lane that is being played right now, any Dota, is on the mid lane, and Quinn is doing extremely good. 21-2 against 14-5. He does have ways to deal with Treants. You know, he can push them out. Dead Prophet's right clicks pretty good, but Costabile, he can TP back, come back to lane. That's the power of certain heroes, like Spirit heroes. Once they hit level 6, Kunkka pre-level 6, and Nature's Prophet as well.
Yeah, so we'll see if Quinn's able to take advantage of this really fast start in the mid lane. As I mean, generally speaking, Death Prophet versus Nature's Prophet, Death Prophet is fine in general, right? Regardless of like how well they play. I feel like
yeah, she's the strongest Prophet.
That's okay. I see what you did there. I like that. I like that. I still think of him as Furion myself, but you know, old school, I guess.
And Crobolus.
Crobel, yeah, that was a good name. That is true. So, how's Gunnar doing?
Let me check.
On this Sven.
On this Sven, 9 C.
Are we going to call him the position 3 this game?
It's 3. I think he's going to be playing pause 3, going for more utility items.
And this is something they must... I mean, obviously, they've tried this. T was talking about how he's at least pubbed with it a few times. I'm sure they've scrimmed with it. Find it hard to believe that in this high of stake that they would play something they never tried before. But I guarantee you they've never shown this to Quincy Crew. So we'll see if it ends up working out for them. Z-Freak playing the Doom. And I mean, talk to me about Legion Commander.
Is Z-Freak playing the Doom, or is the Z-Freak playing the Doom?
It's true. It's the Z-Freak playing the Doom.
Okay.
As well. But Legion Commander in this kind of a game, this was a last pick from Quincy Crew. I can't remember what you said because I don't listen to the panel at all.
Yeah, I don't remember because I'm stupid, so I don't remember.
What's your opinion now, though? Maybe it's changed.
It probably changed. Not too much burst damage. Like, I don't think Legion's Commander going to be able to like snowball really hard. They're going to need to bring other people to like Dead Prophet with the Siphon, Crypt Swarm, and possibly Tiny for him to actually get the damage. Good body blocks.
Yeah. Bailey doing a great job of forcing MSS to a route he doesn't really want to take.
And cursed it.
Avalanche. TP. Now, like, Legion, I mean, we've seen Lelis go off on Legion before, so he's definitely capable. This feels more like a press the attack to keep a Doom target alive kind of game, to me at least. And to take off a Stormhammer, the Dispel aspect of that, going to be pretty important. I don't know if a lot of dual victories will come, but you never know. We'll see how it goes as Fata attempting to TP out, but first blood goes to the off-lane Sven played by Gunnar in this elimination best of 1.
Good start. It's going to be a lot of armor coming up from that war cry. We already mentioned, like, probably going to pick up the shard, extra 7 passive on top of 15 when it's maxed out. You can do the Mad Suns fan.
That's a lot.
That's more than 20.
When they teach us in NA math, when it's double digits, you say that's a lot. It's a lot of armor. And T-Gov said that he picked up Vlad in his game. That's going to be more armor. A lot plus a lot equals
what is that?
Even more.
Lot?
It's a lot into even more. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is going to be the most interesting aspect of the game, obviously, this position 3 Gunnar on Sven. Looks like Blink Dagger is his first item.
He's going to be the initiator. Yawar does have Quelling Blade already prepped for it.
Yeah, and they have a slow there from Husky getting the dust off. And Yawar looks to be mega dead as 4 members of Nouns have come to take him out.
And they left Timbersaw alone on top lane, so he's very self-sustainable, doesn't care about the Legion Commander. Quincy making a move on a mid lane. They want to be able to take out the tower. Quinn off to a really good start. 50 CS. Does have Arcane Rune, so gonna pop that and Exo.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna see some action here as Husky's gonna take an Avalanche. Actually connects onto the Z-Freak as well, but looks like it's just gonna result in MSS likely dying as the Scorch Earth burning him down ever so slowly, and that last right click from Z-Freak is enough. But like you said, Quinn, that's a little bit of damage. Obviously this Exorcism did get nerfed somewhat recently.
Yeah, now it's an actual spell. Before it was pretty imbalanced. Quinn,
yeah, he gets a
gonna have another Spirit Siphon
Gunnar has another charge with the Crypt Swarm to follow. He's gonna get sprouted into the Crypt Swarm though, as he has backup now. Gunnar looks like he's gonna fall to that Crypt Swarm in the end as Z-Freak has to run away in shame.
Quinn fully focused. Can we get him bigger on camera? I just wanna see, does he look the same way he looks when he streams? Mutes everybody. He does talk, so
it's a little darker than usual there. You can tell based on how light it is in his room is how he is feeling.
Yeah, Quinn now fully focused, gets the double kill. This Arcane Rune did quite a lot. Took down some tower damage on a mid lane, but that also means that Exorcism is going to be back online. Yawar, he can find a safe place to farm.
Yeah, they get this kill. This is a second death for him if he's not able to get away. Refraction's still up. Of course, Poison Touch continuing to get refreshed over and over again, so the refraction wouldn't last very long either way. TP's coming in. Avalanche! Is that going to be enough to save Yawar? He actually backtracks and ends up getting himself killed at the Husky's right click. So second death in just a short amount of time for him.
Unfortunately, Fada was only level 3, does not have a point in Cold Embrace. Could be a saving tool that could turn around this fight and save Yawar. Yawar in the middle of the pack right now. Let me check if there's any stacks being made. Fada probably gonna need to make some stacks for Yawar to come back into the game.
Yep, and Mu, now he's in the traditional lane for himself, that off lane. He has pushed it out. Obviously,
finally, the lanes are being set up as intended.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Z-Freak, Spirit Siphon applied with that Arctic Burn. A lot of HP percentage damage between the two heroes. And Quinn gets credit for that one. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to speak of after the fact, but still an Illusion Rune bottled.
Damage output from Quincy early on is all coming up from Dead Prophet. Like, their damage is really not that great. You have level 3 Tiny 9 minutes in with 1 point in Avalanche and 1 point in Toss, so that's going to be a bit difficult. And because of that Arcane Rune, it's ready up again.
Indeed.
Prophet doing a good job putting these treants so the damage is spread around them instead of going to tower.
Yeah, but the TP is coming in. Avalanche from MSS catches basically the whole team in nouns, but still the numbers.
5-man, level 1 Avalanche.
It's pretty sick.
Looked sick.
As Mu and company looking to try to go to the Arlington Major, which at the beginning of the season was not anything on our radar. We thought it was between Quincy Crew, TSM, and EG, but TSM, or to qualify for TI, didn't do too hot this DPC season. As you are looking to finish his Dragonlance, as Leslie looking for the Blink first himself as well, to try to counteract the Blink eventually coming from Gunnar, who is currently smoked up, so not able to catch anybody off guard here for nouns. The game is very even in terms of just the net worth alone, and I mean, as the game goes on, again, I don't know how Gunnar's gonna build, assuming it's gonna be less of a right click and more of a.
They have this carry Nature's Prophet that's gonna scale, so I guess he's gonna be more of a utility, and the Timber also does scale well into mid and late game. They need to buy armor items. I think that's the key here, because against Dead Prophet, against Temper Assassin, and Legion Commander, it's all about physical.
That's true. The Arctic Burn onto Gunnar. He's gonna get off that war cry for the time being. But still, this tier 1 tower is taking damage consistently from Quinn and company. It's very low, looking for the deny, but looks like Quincy Crew get it. So Gunnar, he's going to be resigned to just sit in this mid lane and finish up that Blink Dagger. And you're right, though. It is very heavy on the physical damage. They don't have... It's not like a hybrid mix at all. It's really Tiny doing the most magic damage. It's a position 4.
It's a 4 Tiny that is level 4.
Yep. But we've seen MSS take off if they provide him space. But then again, you have 3 cores that really want to farm.
It's very difficult with Tiny as 4. Like, this is not... you have toss back, like, to save people and toss people into heroes. For example, like, get them out of the Dazzle's range to use the Grave, maybe a duel. But, yeah, we haven't seen too much from a Dazzle. He's been keeping the distance. There's the...
Back in. Gunner's just dead. Quinn already popped that Exo, looking to find somebody else. The Z-Freak. It's that Scorched Earth, getting that extra move speed to get out. Looks like his Courier won't be so lucky. Actually, it does survive. Nope. Last right click from Quinn.
Leslie was looking for a duel, but Quinn, too quick on the fingers.
That's true. That was a freebie onto Gunnar if he waited a bit. But this tier 1 tower is going to take heavy damage, although the Exo feels like a lot of the duration not used to full effect for Quinn. But at the very least, they are allowing Yawar some space to farm. And you can see, despite that rough start, he is second in net worth. And that's really good news for Quincy Crew. As MSS taking a lot of damage from move, but there's the curse to slow them down. Leslie gets off that overwhelming odds with that extra move speed to come. Gunnar trying to chase him down with that God Strength. Stormhammer at his ready. They're going to be able to take out Fata, and there comes Mu into the trees, chopping him down. So 2 kills for nouns, as they do get some revenge here against Quincy Crew.
A little too deep. They're still not fight ready. Tiny as you already said, doesn't provide you with much. Damage coming out from Wyvern is kind of meh at this point. One of the reasons why he's maxing out the Arctic Burn to have some kind of contribution. Quinn thinking about his item build. Bought the plate mail, just a casual one, to have some extra armor against Nace's Prophet and Sven. And now going for the Lincoln Sphere, protecting himself against Doom and also, I guess, against the initiation from the Sven.
Yep, Stormhammer. Poison touch eventually with the shard. Although he still should get hit by the side hits from that, I believe. Either way, nouns. See what their power spike's going to be. As Z-Freak is somebody we haven't really talked about too much. I mean, this is position for Doom, and you would think with the 1K lead, this means that Quincy Crew probably has a little bit of a lead right now because of the Doom.
He was active. He is in 5 out of 7 kills, and with the Devour extra gold, he's going to have a good timing on a Blink Dagger. So he's still going to be able to scale. Like Doom 4 in 40, 50-minute games doesn't feel like a support. Like you feel like this is just another position 3.
Right.
Oh, the bait.
The bait, indeed. They're going to initiate with Gunner. And the Doom is applied as well with the Infernal Blade, but the nice curse to try to counteract this. Can they save Quinn? No, because that's Moo coming in from the south. Quinn takes a tumble. Fata will be able to get out as the tips come in onto Quinn, knowing that he is tiltable for sure.
Yeah,
trying to do their best.
Doesn't happen every time, but happen a couple of times.
By a couple, you mean thousands upon thousands. A Stormhammer from Gunner, gonna catch Leslau, and there's the Sprout to follow. Costabile and company have a lot of numbers here in the top lane.
I'm a little worried here for Quincy. Like, they are not in a position to make any aggressive moves right now. Look at MSS. He's trying to farm up his Blink Dagger. Yawar wants to do the same thing. He does not want to join fights, trying to farm up his. I think the big power spike is going to be Dead Prophet hitting level 12. Get those ghosts up to 16 from 8. And it's minute 15. Time to buy some shards. Sobolev will have enough in 500 gold, and Gunner, same thing, pretty much.
Yep, that Gunner shard. Extra armor coming out from Warcry. So 2K lead for Nouns early on. Obviously, Quincy Crew haven't really hit any kind of a power spike to be able to feel confident in fighting. But you can see Leslau does have his Blink Dagger now. I don't think we've even seen a duel attempt at this rate.
He tried. He left.
He didn't cast it yet.
No, not successfully.
Goes to Bila with the Maelstrom, and as you see, has the shard now, so those treants are going to be quite hefty. And that's going to be a constant annoyance for Quincy Crew. They're going to smoke up now with that Blink Dagger. Not sure if they've technically revealed it yet. You can see the big fat watermelon tree. Sorry, those are cactuses. Apologies. Kind of like the watermelons. But Leslau and company looking for a pick-off, and they're going to go towards that top lane, but you can see that this tier 1 tower is dead. It will be denied at the very least from Fata.
Easy gold for the team. MSS still trying to find some farm, get his Blink Dagger up.
Yeah, he's not too far, actually. I mean, last time we checked him, he had 300 gold, so he's been focusing on that. Obviously, Quincy Crew been trying to avoid some fights. He's going to show himself in the bot lane or in the top lane here, but we can see that Nouns are going to back up now.
Husky, great positioning so far by him. Only 1 death. And seems like they're ready to go. They do have both shards online. So this armor from Sven is going to be pretty nuts. 7 passive. At the moment, it's level 2. So 9 extra. I think this is going to cause a lot of issues for Quincy.
Yep, the Blink Dagger for Z-Freak, and he has the War Stomp. So the classic initiation from Z-Freak is now available once the Blink Dagger actually gets delivered. They're going to smoke up now. And this will be the Blink reveal for several heroes, it feels like.
I like what Quinn is doing with his build. Like Dead Prophet with the Phase Boots and Quelling Blade. I'll hold that thought.
Gunner jumps in, seeing that that Splinter Blast was used. So Fata is going to sacrifice himself. And the tier 2 tower is forted. So we'll see if Quincy Crew actually want to fight here. They're grouping up, and the buyback is available from the Winter Wyvern. Quinn already with the Exorcism. There's the Avalanche, but the toss is not there because of the silence. And here comes the first duel of the game, but the Grave is going to save Z-Freak just a little bit longer. Looks like he's eventually going to drop Or
maybe
is he?
not. He's going to be able to get out.
Gets
Trap.
out with a sliver of HP.
Gotta kill him with the trap.
3K. Oh, he actually ticks down. Okay. As Yawar gets credit for that one. Nicely done from him. 3K lead for Nouns, but that fight could have been a lot worse. And of course, that did require a buyback.
Buyback from Fata.
From Fata.
Which means that he's not going to be able to get his items. This is very poor Wyvern. There's, like, Dazzle's almost double as farmed. They can't also take Roshan because Exorcism is down. I think this could potentially be the play for Quincy. Try to steal that Roshan. Moo's itemization, he understands that they have no magical damage whatsoever. So no hood, not even a casual cloak that sometimes people do buy on Timbersaw. So going for extra plate mail, understanding where the most of the damage is going to come from, and also Yules to be able to save people during the duel on top of that, and to have a TP cancellation.
Yeah, it feels like there's not going to be any duel victories this game.
No, I mean, we said at the start of the game it's going to look very rough because there's just not enough burst.
Interesting that Leslau is going for Shard on Legion Commander, so overwhelming odds will grant armor for every unit, and it increases the duration of the overwhelming. I don't know if I've seen this before, if I'm being honest. Maybe I have a couple times, but it hasn't really had a huge impact. But the fact that he's getting it so early is interesting. Have you seen it?
No. I wouldn't mind seeing a Blade Mail, to be honest, against Nature's Prophet, because they need that little bit of extra damage. Maybe he thinks it's not about the duel, because I don't have a hero to play with, so I'll just get something. It's going to give him like long duration move speed. Look at it. Did he pick it up before this? Yeah.
Yep, it's on there.
Yeah. So he's pretty much hasted for a long duration of time. It's still up and running. Look at this.
Is it 100% uptime?
15-15, yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's definitely better than I thought. I mean, the fact that you get armor makes it's kind of weird, that portion of it.
What would you give it to?
Well, how would I change the shard?
Yeah, instead of giving armor, extra gold.
How about removing cast time from press the attack? That would be great.
BKB on press the attack.
I mean, don't get me started with this freaking hero. It needs a redesign big time. I actually get so triggered playing it. You have to do like 5 things in order to get any kills on with duel, which is the coolest mechanic in the game. But we're going to ignore this because it's a very important best of 1. 4K lead for Nouns, though, as MSS is going to pop this smoke on the other side of the trees. MSS with the avalanche, tossed back. Dazzle does get off the grave in time before the science comes through. But a big ult coming out from Fata, and there's the duel. Will he actually get a victory this time?
That's a big one for Quincy.
Oh my god, he's actually dying inside his own duel. It's going to be a 1-for-1, as it looks like Gunner on that Sven takes a drop. So 3-for-1 overall in favor of Quincy Crew. Costabile running away with that BKB. MSS gets the toss off just as it dissipates, and now he's silenced. So 4 kills for Quincy Crew.
This is the fight that they needed. A great initiation from MSS to toss back Dazzle. They were unable to duel him and focus him down, but forcing the grave out of Dazzle was kind of crucial in that fight, because Quinn could do whatever he wants. He just enters, and I think he got silence on pretty much all of them, and already got the Exorcism going. Does have Lincoln's here as well, so doesn't have to care about getting doomed in the fight. But this, like, using Exorcism before he gets doomed was pretty nuts. Yeah, this ward on the high ground, they were about to de-ward it, needed 1 extra hit.
Yeah, and I actually couldn't tell in the midst of things if anybody won the duel, but nobody did. They both died right after it ended here. So Quincy Crew with a huge fight that brings this game back into their favor as they're taking Roche. It was a pretty slow one, but Yawar will get the Aegis. And Quincy Crew fans can rejoice for the time being, as they are in a pretty decent position now. Obviously, a 3K lead from Nouns, but this is with the Doom factor.
Sven has ulti up and running. Ooh, Blink was so ready, and he's going to be able to blink out. They could have burned through Refraction.
And he's going to get pressed the attack, so no stun for you. So Yawar not burning the Aegis this early, which would have been pretty bad. Instead, he's just going to farm up these treants and likely go back to base for a little bit of mana.
Something that I started talking about but had to shut up because you found a moment to like fake hype it up. How did Wyvern died? Yeah, nothing happened. Wyvern just died as a position 5, and that was it. So cool interaction. Phase boots plus the Quelling Blade whenever you play against Nature's Prophet, because you know he will be going for the shard, and if you just have a Quelling, he's going to summon a Greater Treant, so you need to use phase boots to have phase movement to get out of the Sprout.
And then the 20 talent comes out, right?
Yeah.
Then you need, what, a 4-step BKB? What do you, I mean, it goes, wait, did they fix the BKB?
I don't think they did. I don't think they
That's
did.
still part of the skill for some reason. Oh, God. MSS looking to take the outpost. Moot, the Yules cancels it, though. MSS now going to have to redirect his energy, but he's going to get the avalanche off into the cold embrace. Quinn with the exorcism and the double siphon to follow. Toss is going to keep Gunner completely disabled here. He's going to go down to the
Quinn is going ham.
War, and Z-Freak looks to be next, but he's going to get off that Doom on Quinn. But again, he's already got his exorcism off, so he's fine just continuing to fight. His Costa Bile dies in the midst of his BKB, and now we're going to see the
dual damage.
But the victory is not going to be there for either side. Actually, Quinn has to be really careful here, continuing to work with that exorcism.
And now the healing's coming in.
Moo will TP out. The Treants, the Cacti, not able to take out Quinn in the end. So
and here we go. The tips are coming. Like they were not tipping when they were playing from behind. Like they needed these two fights to get the confidence back. But Quinn living on the edge. I think he was sub 200 HP. This itemization does allow him to survive. And yeah, good curse to set things up. They're misusing you know, the silence on top of that. But overall, Suns fan, when do you think dual damage is gonna come through? The first dual victory.
Okay, I'm gonna say...
Oh, Quinn's career died.
I'm gonna say in the next 10 minutes.
I think you're being generous.
Oh, really? I think he'll find one. I think he'll find one. It's not gonna be a lot, though. As we see the replay here.
Yeah, Moo tried to be fancy, go in and stop it from taking the outpost. And then MSS using Avalanche on top of him. He knew exactly what's going to happen. And then Quinn just goes for the cleanup. This Dead Prophet soon to be level 18 with the Exo. We see the itemization that nouns are trying to do. Like everyone wants to get some kind of armor to be able to survive against heavy physical damage. It's the right way, but still not enough. Yeah, 180 I saw.
Quinn living on the edge, as he is also living in the darkness right now. Avalanche from MSS catches too, but the Yules to counteract it. And the Awar with the ridiculous burst damage has the shard, it looks like. It's the triple silence, but Quincy crew not able to get a kill off the top of that. But now it looks like they are in a decent amount of control right now, as the Aegis obviously still intact. And it looks like it's just another minute though. So probably going to try to take advantage of this to take a tier 2, as the tier 1 and 2 are still in the bot lane.
Still minute up and running on this Aegis, and even Yuar is going for Lincoln Sphere. I like that a lot.
Now we got the curse from Fata. It's not going to last that long, as he's going to get caught in that Sprout and swiftly destroyed.
He did found a farm. He did manage to farm a Blink Dagger, so gonna be much easier for him to play the game. At one moment, it looked really bad for Fata when he had 200 gold after that buyback that you tried to hype it up so much.
What are you talking about today? My goodness. This is a best of 1 to go to the major.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, you're just trying to hype up everything. That's what you sound like, Lacoste.
I'm the grumpy old man.
I'm usually the grumpy one. That's why I'm
You're not
so
used to
back.
Duel?
Oh, the duel. Will there be a victory? Oh, it's close. He got it.
Plus 20. You don't need to get those plus 10s, right?
That's true. Those don't matter. All right, I said 10 minutes. It was 2 minutes.
It feels good. It definitely feels good to have that little number on top. Because, like, look at this. Because he didn't have any dual victory damage. He went for a Quicksilver Amulet just to have that number on top. And look at it. Click on Legion Commander right now. Hurry up. It's 420. No, that's not Legion Commander. We're losing it.
It's okay.
It's still up. It's still there. There we go. Nah, now he lost it.
Oh, that's sad.
Not on my screen. It still works.
Okay.
Because he has 4 Quicksilver Amulets. Hype it up.
A lot of damage to that Chakram. Here comes the Winter's Curse, though. Fata is going to get tossed away, but... Oh, my God.
Tossed him on top of him.
He's Fata as another duel comes out, but no victory this time. It looks like Moo He's going to dodge that avalanche and the tree, although Gunnar comes in. Despite all this armor, you can see Yawar just ripping right through him. And it's not over yet. I'm not going to say it's over, but this Sven has not... I feel like
you're just one of those things at this moment. Like maybe if he can get 2 more items in the next like 15 minutes, then he's gonna be a different hero. But right now, his utility, he has no attack speed whatsoever. We're looking at phase boots, no Mask of Madness, just straight up Blink Dagger phase boots into BKB.
Right. It feels like one of those situations. I'm sure Quincy, if they haven't seen this, are thinking the same thing with this last pick Sven, that Gunnar ends up playing in a different lane. It's like, is there something we don't know about this that makes it so good? And I'm looking at him like, he could have just picked his normal heroes and maybe had a better game. Like,
I would prefer that.
Just very strange. But I think, was it Tsunami was saying that he's happy that at least if they go out, they're going to go out playing the way they have the entire season, which I agree with. And I'm sure there's a reason. It just hasn't come to fruition yet.
It's plus 22 armor when you use Warcry and sit on top of people, and it's heavy physical damage lineup from Quincy, so I can understand why. But maybe they could have shifted things around, put this Sven potentially on I don't know, position 5-4, and
right, and you accomplish essentially the same.
Yeah, and have Doom play mid lane.
Right. Well, maybe nobody can play Sven but Gunnar. Is that possible? As Quincy Crew, we do see the BKB now up for Gunnar. As
they
Quincy
have
Crew,
1, 2, 3 abilities that go through Magic Immunity, and also Templar Assassin doesn't care about the BKB. So it's still not going to be an item that's going to change things around. The big one is this AC from Costabile, where he brings even extra armor to the team. Now he's going to need some extra damage, or he's going to need to go for Scotty to like reduce the healing coming out from everything that they got, and the cores are ranged.
And we'll see how well that works out for him, as we can see Yawar and company just kind of chilling, waiting for a potential jump, thinking that nouns maybe have smoked, and we can see that they indeed have. Gunnar at his ready. He's going to blow. Quick blink from Yawar. And that's going to break most of the smoke up, as the remaining members of Quincy Crew are going to retreat.
That Fey Grenade to keep vision on Templar Assassin against the Lincoln's going to be really good.
Very good.
I don't know why that's still in the game.
We were having this discussion the other day. I thought that was fixed, but I guess not.
No. Psychic Headband got fixed and all other items, but this one, it's still there.
So you don't want any neutral items to Lincoln's break?
Why would you have a random...
Nah.
Yeah, no.
I'm just asking.
Straight up, no. Like, you counter 5,000 gold worth of item with something that you get for free.
Okay, what about the dispels for Poor Silencer?
He's not a hero.
There's like 5 dispel items that are...
Once we get to tier 4 territory, he's like, I can't play the game.
Yeah, very sad.
And BKBs as well. Everyone buys a BKB anyway. Second Roshan.
Into the pit, and Exo is popped as well onto the other side. And we'll see if Nouns can try to contest this. As you can see, the Treants are scouting it. As Yawar is going to stay in the pit for now, but he has the spider legs to traverse the terrain. Avalanche, but they're not going to be able to connect at all onto Nouns as a team. And
Exorcism is running out. They have like 15-ish seconds left.
Into the pit. As Costabile is on the other side of the map, as Gunnar is going to try to get it. He does! He gets the Aegis and the Roche! Big plays from Gunnar on this Sven, as MSS stuck inside the Sprout and will likely drop as a result. Big plays from Gunnar. And that, if nothing else, keeps Nouns in this game, as they now have a 3K lead.
Nicely done by Gunnar. There was a little bit of disconnect from Quincy. It felt like because Quinn blinked out, he saw an opportunity, wanted to go on Sven, but there's just not enough damage. Templar Assassin was alone inside the pit. I think if they just forced Roshan, they could have tried to take it. Or they needed a curse to come onto Sven when he blinked in. Maybe they didn't expect this guy out of a play.
So, I don't think he had Shard before on Gunnar. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He did.
He did?
Yes.
So
no, Templar Assassin took the Shard, and she had the Shard for herself, same as Dead Prophet, so they gave it to someone. So did Legion. So I think Wyvern got it. Yeah, Wyvern definitely got it.
Okay.
Because of his inflated net worth.
They get the shard instead of the Aegis. I mean, that is 1,400 free gold versus the Aegis, which you might not even end up getting full value of necessarily. But we'll see. But Nouns, I mean, how would you put the state of the game at right now? Because they have the Aegis, and I try not to look at the net worth because there is a Doom in the game. Even though it is position 4, it has quite a big impact on the gold discrepancy. But what does the balance of the game feel like to you?
Doom does scale. Nature's Prophet is insane in the late game. Maybe Sven starts getting some items that's going to give him move speed, but from what I see from Gunnar, he wants to be utility, and he has Force Staff, so another way to break the Lincolns.
Okay.
I guess that's why, because they could potentially stack the Lincolns and turn things around, especially when you pop the Doom.
MSS not able to get the toss off onto Gunnar. Instead, it's going to have to be onto Moo, but he's super tanky. Laszlo gets off the duel. It's a Lotus Orb duel, and that is going to be the second victory for him. As Husky, they're going to focus next, but he gets off that grave. Will they cancel the TP? They do with the toss and stick around a little bit longer to make sure that he's dead.
Exactly what they need. Great curse from Wyvern to stop Dazzle from getting close, and the Lotus Orb does not save you against duel. It does give you extra damage if you win it, so he got extra 40 damage from that duel.
So that was a double duel.
Double duel.
Love it. All right, so he's actually getting... Wait, was it? I don't think so, because he has 60 now.
Yeah, he had 20 before.
Yeah, he had 20, but double duel... Well, what level was he?
He was level... It was level 3. He was level 17.
Oh, he was still 17.
He just got level 18 from that kill.
That's one of those cool interactions is, oh, Yawar actually running into Costabile, actually blocks him in a little bit, and there's another potential duel coming out. He does get the BKB off in time, but it's going to mitigate a lot of damage as Laszlo getting saved now. The silence coming out from the traps. Yawar with the spider legs BKB. That is a big kill for Quincy crew.
You can see the tankiness, especially when Sven pops nearby with the Warcry and adding that extra 20+ armor. MSS, he's on the hunt. He wants more.
First time this tour we see a Force Staff on Sven. That is not surprising.
Because we don't, first of all, we don't see Sven. We don't see Sven on the mid lane, played from the off lane. And especially not with a Force Staff.
Yeah. This is a build and a half right here. Something tells me a lot of people will not go into their pubs and try.
Yeah, usually pubs are ruined when you see things like that, when someone goes for different items like Hand of Midas, Rush, and it becomes a meta. But I don't think that's going to become meta at all.
No, I don't think so either. As you can see, Yawar finishing off Costabile here. Nice silence.
The right clicks, you deal more damage with one Splinter Blast more than 2 right clicks from Templar Assassin with all that armor.
What do you think of Revenant's Brooch? We're going to have to hold that thought because there might be a fight here. That gives you some magic damage to...
That might be the thing. I'm not even kidding.
I've never seen it in a pro match before. It's the way they
Maybe you should watch more Dota. There were a couple of attempts when it did happen, but just didn't seem as strong.
Okay, let me rephrase. I haven't seen it where it's been memorable at all.
Okay.
I probably haven't seen it in general, but I'm just hiding that.
It's okay to lie.
Yeah. But Revenant's Brooch, I don't know how I feel about this item. We won't get into it, but
the thing is, you need because none of the heroes did buy Witchblade, so you need to buy it from the scratch.
Yeah, that's true. As we see, Gunnar still with the Aegis, but only for 6 more seconds, so they weren't really able to get great value out of it, but obviously stealing it away from Quincy crew is a huge deal.
Yeah, they haven't done anything with it. It was just to kill the momentum from Quincy.
Yep, as Yawar. Looks like he's going to be going for the Silver Edge. And, I mean, he's kind of maxed out in terms of items that you can just buy from scratch here. So he'd have to... I mean, he's dropped his boots already, so it's just like a Hurricane
Spider Legs,
upgrade Blink, and that's maybe eat an Ags.
And Silver Edge and Moon Shard, so needs another 20,000 gold.
He'll be fine. Well, I'm just saying that because it kind of closes the door on the possibility of a Revenant's Brooch.
Yeah.
So.
But he got level 25. That's a big one. Refraction instances. Someone in the Valve office really likes this Templar Assassin. Look at all these numbers on top. Like trap counts, on Legion Commander. We have dual damage, all the auras.
I mean, the Bash one, the Bash is what people used to take, but it was...
Because it was better. It was 1.5.
Yeah. But now only 1 second.
Now I also lied, Suns fan. I'm not sure if it was 1.5 or 175, but I said it with such confidence that...
I knew it was 1.5.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very confident that you're correct. Because the 1.75 was the poison touch change. Now it's 2. MSS, he gets the Avatos back into the base.
The duel.
He's going to get dueled. And this is another Lotus one, I do believe. And that is another double victory.
Easy 60.
Apparently,
you don't need to get any dual damage in 30 minutes if the enemy team is going to buy Lotus Orb and use it on themselves when they're like dropped inside the enemy base.
So 100, after having no duels for most of the game, 120 damage for Lelis. And
Lelis is feeling himself. He's like, thank you, Moo. Twice. That happened twice, right?
That's twice now, yeah. The first time was the level 2 ult. Now you really get full value. And wait till he gets 25, even though he's definitely getting the other talent. But 30 extra duel, but imagine, that's 60 on top of the 6. You get 120 per Lotus duel victory. Think of the possibilities.
And if Moo buys Refresher and Leslau buys Refresher for himself, uses it on someone else, then...
Yeah, that doesn't sound feasible at all.
240 per duel. I mean, that's really good.
As we have the Silver Edge now from Yawar. And again, Quincy Crew with a 2K lead, but it does feel like they have decent control of this game now. But we'll see how well Nouns are able to scale into this game. Z-Freak looks like he's actually pretty close to finishing the Halberd on the Doom. That's going to be a nice pick-off. That's going to...
Great against Legion, great against Templar, mostly Templar Assassin, but also okay against the Legion, especially during the dual timing. Quinn has 50 armor on Dead Prophet, and he hit level 25.
Into the Avatos. Leslau, BKBs. He wants to get the victory again, but the Timber Chain creates a little bit of space, and he's going to get graved on the other side. There's not going to be a dual victory one way or the other, but here's the curse. Not going to be that much damage applied, but that is a full BKB charge
needs
down.
To go back a little bit.
He's going to TP out. Gunner. He's going to get forced out, but there's another big Avatos from MSS, and Gunner is dead. Doom still applied to Death Prophet, but she is perfectly fine just running people down with his Exorcism. Buyback now to MSS. He's going to TP into that outpost. Ghostabile has come back after TPing back. And we can see Quinn, relatively low HP, as they're going to try to focus down Ghostabile. The burst damage is insane. Overwhelming odds into the right clicks, and Quinn looking to finish this game in style potentially as the Spirit Siphon now is going to slow down Gunner. And this is going to be a dieback for him if he drops. Gets off the Storm Hammer, but he goes down. 3 dead for Nouns.
And they're not done yet.
This game. Triple
Yawar's
kill
going to clean up.
And Nouns not looking good.
That was a clutch curse. One more time coming out from Fada to be able to like reset the fight, give them a couple of seconds so Leslau can get out of the trouble and come back. Also buyback from MSS. They're heavily committing. They're committing and they're forcing Dazzle to use a Grave. I like that Quinn didn't go back immediately after getting doomed. He understood that MSS still has combo and is going to go in. Quinn is massive. Does have Arcane Rune on top of that, plus the Spell Prism. And this is going to be a Refresher as well. So he could be the one holding it, but they could also give it to Wyvern to have a secondary Winter's Curse.
Right. Yep, that would be pretty handy. Z-Freak gets the outpost, but they lose so much in that last fight, and now Nouns at a severe disadvantage as a Heart of Tarask on Quinn. Gracious.
Who is that guy Tarask? Do you know?
Huh?
Who's Tarask? Because they had to take the Heart. I imagine it's some kind of a dragon.
That's true. I don't know if I...
Like, you didn't just take it from a guy, right?
Yeah.
It's not like some peon.
What about Mordigian? Do you think about
a lot of unanswered questions.
Digest
we have to read
one.
lore. Up to the high ground they go.
Yeah, but you can see the Treants from Nature's Prophet doing quite a bit of damage with several siege units here as well, but Leslau is going to attempt to defend. And you can see Quincy Crew are just going to try to get out. Z-Freak trying to chase in the meantime. Yawar looking to just take him out easily. Gets off the stomp, though. And the Grave to follow. Yawar, his Lincolns is popped. Oh, if they can get this kill.
He needs to swap Leveler for Spider Legs, potentially, if he needs to run away.
Potentially be dead. No, actually walks away from the range. And Leslau trying to save his position 1, but that's just the Aegis. They successfully get it. Gunner pops the BKB. Quinn with that arcane exorcism. And you can see the duel coming out now on Costa Bile. It's not going to be enough damage to get a victory one way or the other, but the fact that they expended this entire BKB is a pretty big deal. Not going to be able to TP out in time as Quinn trying to get another kill on top of this. Another beautiful Avatos from MSS. Repositioning move, but he barely gets to the other side.
Inside the base.
Cryptswarm not enough to finish him off as Yawar with the last right click. Will it be enough? Oh!
There was no grave. There was Shadow Wave available. Maybe they could have saved him.
And now the Avalanche finds Gunner in the trees. The position 2 playing position 3. And that is essentially a dieback for him. 3 dead with no buyback on Nouns. And it's looking like Quincy crew is going to
They want to close it out. Yawar hitting tier 4s and another exorcism because of the spell prism and the arcane rune that they had in the previous fight. Quincy crew, they are going to major with the EG.
Maybe not the way they wanted to do it as Z-Freak dies here, but they will be going to Arlington no matter what, as unfortunately for Nouns, they will stay, of course, Division 1, but they do not go to the major. And that means EG first place this division, and Quincy crew number